In the very early stages of this show, we did the weekly road trip. It was just a simple matter of determining where was the place to be in college football. Now, obviously, game day helps dictate, well, I shouldn't say helps dictate. The schedule dictates where game day goes based on the best game. But if you love college football, it's not always just game-related.
Right. I mean, sometimes if it's close, you're thinking about a venue, and it really is a personal choice. Like, hey, where would you go if you could get in a plane and be anywhere Saturday morning, Saturday night? And for certain choices, it comes down to, like, some of the places I haven't been, especially now. Like, lucky enough the last 6 years to travel to all these spots. There's probably a couple spots I might go this fall where it may not seem like it's the greatest game. It's just I haven't been there yet.
Right.
Ole Miss.
And Ole Miss, obviously, and you talk about the Grove and all that entails. The old saying about the Grove is it smells like bourbon and Chanel No. 5, and part of it is the social atmosphere, and part of it's the football piece. And this week, as we dust off the ultimate road trip, by the way, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Head to drpeppertuition.com for a chance to compete to win up to $100,000 in tuition. No purchase necessary. Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind. There's one game this weekend, and after I stole McShay yesterday, there's no way in the world that I'm going to jump ahead of you with your squad.
You know, people are like, hey, you missed game day. I'm like, not really. I'm good with it. I'm not exhausted already and studying for next week. I miss it this weekend because I'm going to Eugene. If I could go anywhere, but I'm not actually going to Eugene to see Michigan State, Oregon, because as it stands now, you could argue this is one of the top 3 most important games in the schedule. At the end of the year, you could go back and, like, remember how important we thought that was? It didn't play out. But at least now, the way these teams are positioned, Michigan State rolling to Eugene, like this means a lot, and it wasn't a great opening week for the Big Ten, despite what you said about your conference.
Yeah, I mean,
this Tuesday.
I'm gonna stand proud for my Big Ten brothers in arms. I'm not gonna argue because there's no argument. That's the game this week, clearly. But in the interest of having something to reveal as well underneath people are wondering where are the helmets? Why you guys get those T-shirts draped out there? Well, we're covering up this one. I just figure, when in doubt, get out to Wyoming. We're at Laramie Way. Get a little sunshine.
Nice win against the Grizzlies last week.
They knocked off Montana 17-12, taking on the Fly Guys from my Air Force that ran for 530-something yards and an opening week win against Nicholls State. So I figure I've never been there, never been to that part of the world. Good folks out in that, and obviously I could go see the Dax Crum statue. I could go, hey, where's it at?
It is not finished yet, I don't believe.
It was a good tweet out of you, by the way. Earlier this year, someone asked you for a breakout player on college football, and you hit him with old Dax.
It's been a while since we talked about Dax Crum. We used to text every now and then, but haven't heard from him in a while.
Some of the strange things that happen as a result of having a show. You become friends with the quarterback for Wyoming.
As much as I can understand the passion for heading out to Laramie, you wouldn't go with your second choice. Go out to the farm for USC at Stanford?
USC Stanford was the correct choice.
Okay.
But we just thought, well, we've got the Wyoming helmet standing by, and it's a lovely helmet. That was one of the original ones that we got.
Yeah, that was that was before Stanford Steve started collecting a tariff on helmets.
And as you recall, that many times the helmet game would simply be, let's have some fun with a MAC game that maybe isn't awesome. So the second best game would, in real life, I'm sure Notre Dame fans would say, hey, Notre Dame, Michigan, end of this rivalry under the lights, pretty good. Stanford, USC, a really good one. Let's go to Wyoming.
Earlier we did
it's the ultimate road trip. So we'll be
game.
doing this weekend.
And you picked, obviously, the game that is the place to be this weekend. It's where game day is. That's Eugene for Oregon and Michigan State. I said I would go to Laramie for Wyoming and Air Force. And it's amazing how this works, man. We talking to these mics and people are listening. The New Orleans Saints were psyched that I picked them. Apparently they tweeted out they knew they always liked me. Thank you, Saints. Who dat? Wyoming is tweeting that they heard I want to get there.